Hello, my name is Rob McQueen. I'm a DevOps engineer at Mopub, and I'm here to give you a brief overview of Momonitor. This is a tool that I built that is currently acting as the primary monitoring service for a production environment at Mopub. So let's get started. When you first go to Momonitor, you'll be presented with the All Services page. Now, the All Services page is, I'll show you all your services, and a service is basically a way you can group checks to check a certain part of your infrastructure. So at Mopub we have like the ad server service and the marketplace service. So just for example, let's just create a service now, call it my service, and whenever any of the checks in the services fails, let's have it email me at rob@mopub.com. Now, as you can see, we also support PagerDuty, so if you guys use that, it'll be a big help for you. You can silence checks by clicking this, but let's keep it on silence for now. And this determines how often your checks in the service will be run, every 5 minutes. And this feature allows you to only alert after X consecutive failures. Now, by default, it sets to 1, and I'm going to keep it there. So let's create our service. And as you can see, the service, there's a couple action items. One is you can edit the details of the service. So you can edit right from the web UI. You can delete the service, and you can also see that the high overview of all the checks in the service and how they're performing. Currently, we don't have any checks, so they're all 0. But this is passing, failing, and unknown. So let's go into our service and just show you what the service screen looks like. The first thing you're presented with is all the types of checks that you can create. Now, we created six checks just because they worked the best for Mopub when we were creating this Momonitor in the first place. But the great thing about Momonitor, and the thing that differentiates it from all other monitoring services, is the ease for creating new types of checks. These can be checks that, for example, a simple check that hits an HTTP endpoint and reports the health of that. Or you can leverage other monitoring services like Umpire or Sensu that monitor at a different level, but you can report from it and you can alert from it from Momonitor. So Momonitor is a great way to basically centralize all your checks and alert all of your monitoring systems in a consistent way. Now, let's create a check just for an example. Let's create a simple check, and this simple check will determine whether or not Google is up. So my HTTP endpoint is Google. Let's say I want to determine whether Google is up within 300 milliseconds. And notice how you can override advanced options that you set at the service level. I'm not going to do that now, but it's a nice feature. So I've created my check, and I'm going to run the check. Now, the checks run every 5 minutes, but you can manually run them right from the web UI and get instant feedback. So Google's up. It just updated now. So this will also show you, how many minutes or how many hours ago the last check was done, which is also a really nice feature that we use at Mopub. Notice how you have the same icons as you did on the service. The eye icon is a way for you to have more insight into why the check failed or why the check didn't, or why the check succeeded. For the simple check, it basically just brings you to the HTTP endpoint in a new browser tab. But for all the different checks, there's different ways for different functions for this eye icon, and that's all. All that data information is provided in the documentation, so I won't go into that. So I want to reiterate that the biggest advantage that Momonitor has is the ease for creating new types of checks and integrating all different monitoring services within this central web UI. So this is a Django app, so all you need to do to create a new type of check is create a new Django model that inherits from this predefined model that we've created called a service check model. Now, the service check model is abstract, so you basically just have to inherit that and implement a function called update status. And update status is where all the check logic goes. So if I was doing a simple check, the update status function would use URL lib or requests to ping an HTTP endpoint and then look at the status of that. So it's very, very simple to implement and do checks, and this is what I'm really excited about Momonitor in the future, to basically provide a way for checking different aspects of a system in a very simple way. Now let me show you what Momonitor looks like at Mopub. Now we use it for cellular systems. I'm just going to show you what the ops dashboard looks like. As you can see, we have umpire checks. Umpire checks is a good way for checking graphite data. And graphite data, we can report system level metrics or application level metrics. But right now, as you can see, we're looking at the load of our, the average load of our machines in each of the services. So we can run the check. Say I want to look at the load on ad server right now. And it checks for us. As you can see, it just checked now. All these are checking every 5 minutes, so they didn't update when I clicked this. And you can see exactly what the load is. So our threshold that we've specified ourselves is between 1 and 7, so it's not alerting us because it's at 5. Now, a really cool feature that we implemented that we're going to take go beyond in the future is historical data. So, you know, in the past 24 hours, how many times did this check fail? We currently provide this with umpire checks. If you click this eye, it'll give you a graph of where the load was at certain times in the day. And notice how this gray area is the acceptable threshold. Even more, we can change how we define that threshold. Currently it's static, so we specify it ourselves, but this is a feature that we've been working on for a while, and we're going to make it even better. It's dynamic, so it learns based on the minute of the day of where the check should be. And I'll click on that again, and you can see that it actually follows, you know, where the checks are throughout the day. So this provides basically a better granularity for the checks and defining our thresholds. So this is, again, a nutshell of Momonitor. I'm very excited about open sourcing the system and seeing what people can do with it, especially with how easy it is to create new types of checks. Now, if you have any questions about Momonitor, feel free to email me, rob@mopub.com, or tweet at me @Systemizer. And we've provided some nice documentation on this as well, so feel free to use that. So thanks again. My name's Rob McQueen, and I'm very excited about releasing this project. Thanks. Bye.